Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Danico Autry is in on the stop. Now it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us out near the 10. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. This is caught by Evans. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
That's pulled in at the 32. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little game there. Not a whole lot of real estate. But a nice carry. They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Evans.
They'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Broncos. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Cousins.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken number one. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8.
That pass is caught by Hardy.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 28 yards. That's good for us Saints. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
A running room for Kamara on 1st down as he takes this forward. It's a gain of 7 there on 1st down. 2nd and 3 coming up.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. Broncos 33-yard line.
2nd and 3. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
Chris Olave.
43 yards.
And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find a way to convert here and maybe start to tap down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete as well.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Back to throw here. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Kamara up the middle. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here's second and 5 now from the 37.
They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Gay's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but there are definitely opportunities now because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deontay Hardy, 64 yards. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it leads down to 2. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up way short of the first at about the 21. Try and throw for it here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara.
Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll set up a throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
DJ Jones. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, they did a really nice job standing in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
He finds Hardy on the slant. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'll set up to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. He had the good earlier, throwing his first career touchdown pass. Now the bad, his first career interception.
So you had to have some balance at some point, right? Didn't that what we all seek in our lives? But here's the thing. He had the success you mentioned through the touchdown pass. Sometimes you press it a little bit more, try a few other things, but that's how you learn. They'll throw a few more interceptions along the way, but I bet he'll balance that with a heck of a lot more touchdown passes, too.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them use up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Well, there was a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. If you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Ready, play. Play, 97.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now we get a quick timeout call by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Finds Dulcich out left side.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Broncos will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 14. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now 3rd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future, and I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you, but I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.